Hey guys, I've been noticing with my lawnmower here, the 38-inch cut Montgomery Ward, that it's been cutting uneven, like one side's cutting lower. And I just happened to notice last time I had it out cutting that this wheel is worn completely out. And you can see there it's waddled out completely right there. And it's actually done started cutting a groove in there. And it's just one of them things you don't really pay attention to. But it had to be like that for a couple of years probably. See, it done wore in there. The other side's worn out too, not quite as bad as this side. Look at it. See, it's worn out quite just as bad too. I didn't think it was that bad. You can see where it's been rubbing there too. And but like I said, this is probably what's causing it to cut uneven. Because most mowers like this one, you can't adjust the deck from side to side. You can just adjust it from front to back. And so it depends a lot on your wheels to help it guide over bumps and stuff in the yard. So if you got a wheel that's moving like that, your deck's going to, it's going to move a lot more than it's supposed to. It's going to gouge and cut uneven. But something that's very easy to replace is just a bolt with a nut on there. But it's so easy to overlook it. And you may think, well, that's still going to work, but it's moving so much, your deck's not going to be sitting there. You can see how much that's changing the height of the deck, changing a good ½ inch or so. So that's definitely what's causing it. We'll go ahead and look at the new ones here first. This is super easy, but the main reason I'm making the video is because, like I said, it's so easy to overlook something like this. And here's the new ones. I bought 2 sets of them. One of them from my other mower as well, because they're not worn as quite as bad as this one, but we'll go ahead and replace them later on. Okay, this is the bolt here. It's just a typical shoulder bolt, all it is. When you order the bolt, you won't get the nut and washer with it. This is just a standard 3/8 16 nut that you can buy at a hardware store, and you might be able to reuse your old one. I'm just putting all new ones in here. And I would suggest putting at least a lock washer on it to help hold it. You could put Loctite on it as well. Like I said, when you order the bolt, the part number here, you're just getting the bolt. That's all you're getting. And I'll put in up here the part number, the MTD part numbers for the wheel and for the bolt here. And this is a prime line number here for the wheel. It's got the size of the wheel on there. And this is an Oregon part number for the bolt. And these bolts here, I bought these from Tulsa Engine Warehouse. It's tewarehouse.com. And I got 4 wheels and 4 bolts with shipping for about 20 bucks. The prices will change slightly, but that's what it is right now. And the wheels were almost $3 a piece, and the bolts about $1 a piece. And like I said, it's pretty cheap there. But if you buy MTD parts, you're gonna be paying probably $7 or $8 for one wheel, and $5 or $6 for one bolt. So you're gonna get ripped off, in other words, because a plastic wheel is a plastic wheel, and a shoulder bolt's a shoulder bolt, pretty much. They also have heavy-duty versions of these, but I mean, like I said, plastic is plastic. You're not going to be gaining a whole lot there. So, your outside part here, it's a 3/4, and your nut is a 9/16 drive. Your nut is. I'm going to go ahead and take this loose. Like I said, it's basically just a bolt nut. That's all it is. Hold your wrench here. If it's real bad, you might have to cut it if it's rusty. I think this is going to come loose. I'm going to get this loose. This just had a regular washer on it. You can see this is wore completely out. There's the new bolt and the old bolt. See, there's actually a little bit of difference. This is actually a longer bolt, which could have been either the head. I think the heads just wore down on it too. That's probably what it is. But if your shoulder part here is too long, if like this is longer, your wheel has more play in it, so it's going to wear out sooner too. But sometimes you can get by with reusing the bolt, and this one just wore out completely. It looks like it's bent a little bit too, and so we're just going to replace it. We got new ones, so why not? Look how much this is worn out. Look at the size difference in the holes there. And this is a new bolt here. You can see your new one, just a little tiny bit of play, which is normal. You also probably want to put a little bit of grease on this. You don't have to, because the time you wash it or it gets wet, it's going to wash out anyway, but it'll last for a while. So let me get some grease and we'll throw a little bit of grease on there. Any type of grease will be fine enough for something like this. Not critical at all. I don't take them very much at all. Just going to put just a little bit on the bolt here. That's all you need. That's actually too much there, but that'd be alright. Anytime you work grease in there, you want to kind of move the bolt and turn. You can kind of feel it work in. If you look, you can see the shoulder right there. There's a little bit of the shoulder sticking out to keep the wheel from locking up when you tighten it. Now this one, you got two different holes you can set it in. You just want to set it back on the one that you had. Just pay attention to where it was at. Put your nut and lock washer on there and tighten it up. You want to get that pretty snug because there's a lot of vibration here and it can be pretty easy for it to work loose. You can see it's a little bit stiff, but it'll work itself in no time. And this turning pretty free. And you can see that's a big improvement compared to the way it was. So yeah, that definitely needs to be done. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side off camera, and we'll look at that just as a comparison. This is an example of one that's too long with the shoulder. What I was talking about. See, even when you get that tight, it still has a lot more play in it. I've had this one for a long time and never have found a use for it. I just thought I'd show you how much of a difference they can make. So you want to make sure you get the right one. Another little note, when you put these on there, make sure you put the bolt in the correct way. You can see this spacer part here goes towards the deck. Because if you put it on the other way, your bolt, the wheel will tighten up against the deck and wouldn't be able to turn. And there's the other side. Let's see it after. Makes a big difference. So, well guys, like I said, that's just something that's often overlooked and can cause some serious problems. So, something to keep an eye out for. And they don't last a real long time anyway. That's something you want to check. Probably about every time you change your oil, it won't hurt to check them. And well, you know how much you're wearing on you. So, well guys, thanks for watching. If you got any questions or comments, leave a comment below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So, thanks for watching.